On behalf of CMR Technical Campus to all esteemed dignitaries, faculty members and students. It is an honor to invite our respected HOD of HNS department, Mr. Keshav Reddy, to occupy the distinguished chair. Let's put your hands together and welcome respected HOD sir to the dais. Thank you sir, thank you so much. When the soul is at peace, the world around us becomes harmonious. Let us embark on this journey of wisdom, faith and enlightenment together. With this thought, we are honored to welcome our distinguished spiritual guide among us today, PBK Amol Bhai, who has been associated. Yes, I will welcome. And before that, just I am going to read the profile of the sir. PBK Amol Bhai, who has been associated with Adhyatmik Vidyalaya for the last 20 years, and he has been actively following spiritualism in his life. He has completed his mechanical engineering from Mumbai University in the year 2002 and thereafter completed his Bachelor of Law LLB degree from Delhi University and has been practicing as an advocate in Delhi High Court and Supreme Court of India. He is also legal advisor of Adhyatmik Vidyalaya and represented various cases in 13 high courts and across the country. He has also completed his post-graduation in taxation from Indian Law Institute, New Delhi. In the last 20 years, he has given spiritual discourses to thousands of people and has been also conducted seminars on spiritual topics on the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. He has conducted various spiritual seminars all over India in universities, colleges, schools, hospitals, religious temples and old age homes, etc. He is relentlessly striving for the spiritual empowerment of nation and providing his spiritual services pro bono to the service. Let's put your hands together. Welcome Mr. PBK Amol Bhai onto the dais.
Hello, good morning CMR Technical Campus students and also Keshav Reddy sir. A warm welcome from Adhyatmik Vishwavidyalaya. Adhyatmik is not any kind of profit-based firm. It's a spiritual university. Well, actually, when you go to universities, you are very well versed, with the other streams like technical and infrastructure, social welfare. I mean, in today's human world, we have been exposed to many kind of materialistic aspects from all the way. So, in this university, you will come to know what we are, what is our identity, how to control our mind. Especially in today's seminar, you will well versed with so many which are unknown, many other relevant topics which relates to the human being. Okay, so here we would like to start this seminar, today's spiritual seminar, with 2 minutes of meditation. And you need to keep your eyes open. This is a special meditation wherein you need to focus in between the forehead, okay, where you put bindi, tika. So there you need to imagine a twinkling star. So we are all souls, so you need to imagine without any single span of thoughts. So like that, if you control your thoughts and will play a music, then you keep your eyes open and concentrate. And then we'll start with the seminar. Okay? Thank you.
Good afternoon, students. So you have to sit straight. Your back should be straight. Your head should be straight. Your neck should be straight. Chapter number 6, verse number 12 of Bhagavad Gita. It mentions unique method of meditation. Now there are too many artificial meditation courses in the market. They are not teaching exact method of meditation. For gaining true peace and happiness, you have to concentrate in the middle of the forehead. This point, center point of the forehead. Just like a star blinking in the sky, you have to imagine the point of light here. Don't remember anybody. Don't remember your friend for 2 minutes. Don't remember your parents, your relatives. Detach from the world. Disconnect completely from the world. Only point of light. Control thoughts of your mind for 2 minutes. Just analyze yourself. Just assess, make assessment of your thoughts, multiple thoughts coming into your mind. Just be calm. Concentrate in the middle of the forehead. I am a point of light. No any other thought. Thank you. So today's topic is Wisdom of Gita, Divine Virtues and Demonic Traits. Bhagavad Gita is not any religious book, it is spiritual book. Even in many countries, Germany, Belgium and America, in colleges and universities, they are teaching Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is a spiritual book. In second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjun asks God, my mind is flickering, it is unstable, and I am not able to concentrate my mind. How to control my mind? That was question of Arjun. He has not asked Bhagwan that how to use the weapons and how to kill the enemies. He asked the question that my mind is flickering and how to control it. And we are all Arjun, number-wise. And we are all standing in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The meaning of Kuru is karma, means action. And Kshetra means Kshetra means it is field, battlefield. So this is battlefield for us, and we are facing different challenges in our life. In day-to-day life, we are facing different challenges. You are a student, you are facing different challenges in your life. Even your mental health and your emotional health is nowadays affected by the social media. So the modern science has invented many things. They have invented and discovered robotics technology, internet technology, artificial intelligence. There are many discoveries, there are many inventions. But in spite of that, the science is not solving the one question. That is, the question is, who am I? The science has no answer to this question. The Google search engine, you can search everything in the world, but you cannot search yourself. What is your true identity? Who are you? What is the answer of the question, who am I? There is no answer. To the science cannot give the answer of this question. So, as per Bhagavad Gita, there are only two categories. in the world. The first is the deities and the second one is the demons. There are only two categories, not a third category. As per chapter 16 of Bhagavad Gita, deities and demons. Demons means devils. And in our scriptures, there are different punishments after the death. In Garud Puran, it is mentioned. But if you go into the deep spiritual knowledge, you will come to know that heaven is not above the sky and the hell is not below the earth. Heaven and hell both are lying on the earth, but the yugas are different. There are 4 yugas. You might know. Satyug is called as golden age. The second one is the silver age, Treta Yug. The third one is the Dwapar Yug, that is called as copper age. And the fourth one is the Kali Yug, that is iron age. These are the 4 yugas. And in these 4 yugas, our soul conscious stage decreases. Means what happens? We are becoming more and more body conscious in Kali Yuga. And in Kali Yuga, there are 5 vices coming in the soul. There are the 5 enemies of the soul. Anybody knows which are the 5 enemies of the soul? Mind and intellect. And because of which we have become completely body conscious and we are suffering. We completely got affected. We completely got affected by many tension, depression, stress, anxiety and multiple thinking, overthinking, suicidal thoughts. We are suffering from all these things. Many psychological disorders. Many psychological disorders are there nowadays. And the people are going to psychiatrists, counselors, and still they are not getting permanent peace and happiness. So, the demons and devils, they are present in the world, in Kali Yuga also. So, there is a devil in everyone, inside our soul. The percentage may be different. Some may have the devil of having 50%, some may have devil inside their soul 60%, some may have devil 70%, and some may have the divinity 20%, 30%. The percentage is different. So, we are looking like a human being, but our conduct, our behavior is like a demon. This is the problem nowadays. And Bhagavad Gita chapter number 16, it is clearly clarified that what are the different divine qualities and what are the different demonic traits. When our vibration level, the vibrations which are coming from our mind and intellect, those are at higher level, we are at higher conscious stage, and divine qualities are also more, then that is called as the stage of deity. That is called as heaven. So heaven is inside us and hell is also inside us. When there is a low conscious stage, at that time we are suffering from different vices. There are 5 types of vices. Anybody knows? There are 5 types of demons and there are 5 enemies of the soul. Anybody knows which are those 5 demons, 5 devils who entered in our soul, who entered in our intellect and mind? Anybody knows the answer? 5 demons, 5 devils, 5 enemies of the soul entered in the soul of everybody in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, the name Kali Yuga suggests that Kali is a demon, and that demon Kali has entered in everybody's soul. Anybody knows the 5 vices or 5 demons who entered inside the soul? The first one is the lust, sexual desire. It is called as Kam. The second one is the anger. Third one is the greed. The fourth one is the attachment. And the 5th one is the egoism. These are the 5 vices. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that there are 3 vices which are enemies of the soul, and they are opening the gates of the hell. And these three vices are lust, the second one is the anger, and third one is the greed. You can check inside yourself that how much these three vices are there in you. The first one is the lust. What is the percentage of that? The second one is the anger. What is the percentage of that? And the third one is the greed. What is the percentage of that? You can make the assessment daily, and how these three vices are making the corruption in your mind, corruption in your intellect, and thereby you are suffering from the depression, tension, stress, anxiety, and the other problems, psychological disorders. So there are divine qualities mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. The first one is the fearlessness. Second one is the charity. Third one is the control of senses. And the fourth one is the to stay in the soul conscious stage. The fifth one is the Sattva Sanshuddhi, means the cleanliness of mind and intellect, purity of mind and intellect. You know how to clean your body, and for cleaning your body, what you are doing daily, you are taking a bath in the morning. You are also applying soap on your body for cleansing the body. But how to clean the mind and intellect, you don't know. Bhagavad Gita gives the solution how to clean the mind and intellect, how to purify it. Because in day-to-day life, the garbage is accumulated inside our mind. There are three monkeys of the Mahatma Gandhi, mentioned by Mahatma Gandhi. Hear no evil, see no evil, and talk no evil. But what we are doing, daily we are hearing the evil things, we are seeing the evil things, and we are talking the evil things. So daily garbage is accumulating inside our soul. And the government has no plan how to clean that garbage. The government has planned to clean the garbage which is accumulating in the society, which is accumulating on the roads, but the government has no plans to cleanse the garbage accumulating in our minds and intellect and in our soul. We are shouting that there is a pollution outside. We are shouting that there is a garbage outside. But we are not seeing that there is a garbage inside my soul, there is a pollution inside my soul. This is a subtle things, and we are not looking at that. So, just like your computer, in your computer there is a hardware and there is a software. There is a monitor, there is a CPU, central processing unit, and there is a software program. So, software program is a soul. And hardware, that is monitor, is our body. And CPU, central processing unit, is a brain. So, what happens? We are concentrating on the hardware in the present times. We are more focused on our physical health, and we are not concentrating on our software, that is soul of the body. Soul is the controller of the body. Soul is the master of body. And because of the soul only, I am able to talk. I am able to see by my eyes. I am able to hear. When the soul goes outside the body, it is called as dead body. When the soul leaves the body, it is the dead body. And when soul, that is consciousness, or you can call it as a Atma, you can call it as a Prana Shakti, you can call it as a energy in the body, then you can talk by your mouth, you can see by your eyes, you can walk, you can move your organs. So, soul is the consciousness. And what happened? Now we forgot the energy of the soul. That's why our spiritual energy has been completely decreased. And because of the decrease of the spiritual energy, our willpower has been decreased. Our power of the mind and intellect has been decreased. So, how to increase that spiritual energy? How to increase that willpower? Now there are many school, colleges and universities all over country, but not a single school and college is teaching the spiritual education. What course you are doing? Which course you are doing? Engineering. Engineering. All are engineering students. So, you are doing the engineering, that is outer engineering, external engineering. But there is an inner engineering also. And we don't have the knowledge of that inner engineering. Now this all education is called as the formal education or secular education. There is one another education which has been told in Bhagavad Gita, that is called as spiritual education. Spiritual means the knowledge inside the spirit, the knowledge inside the soul. Not a single university, college and school is teaching that knowledge. Because of that, we are suffering from different problems in the life. Even many engineers, doctors, scientists, advocates, celebrities, they are committing suicides nowadays. Why they are committing suicides? They are such a intellectuals of the society, and in spite of that they are committing suicides. The problem is that they don't have spiritual knowledge. They don't have Atma Gyan, and because of that they are committing suicides. So spiritual knowledge is very much necessary, just like a software of the computer. If you don't have the knowledge of the software program, your computer will not run properly. It will not run at all. So, how to improve the spiritual energy? How to increase our willpower? So for that, we must know what is the food of the soul. There is a food of the body, we are taking it regularly, 3 times a day. But what is the food of the soul? Do you know what is the food of the soul? What is the food of the soul? There is a slide. There is a slide on the projector screen. What is the food of the soul? The food of the soul is Gyan and Dhyan. The Gyan means spiritual knowledge. Not the knowledge of engineering, not the knowledge of advocacy, not the knowledge of medical science. It is the knowledge regarding spirituality. This is the food of the soul. And the second one is the yoga, that is called as meditation. What is the literal meaning of yoga? All the Indians have forgot the literal meaning of yoga. God has taught Arjuna Raj Yoga, but we don't know what is the literal meaning of yoga. Now we are considering yogasana and pranayam as a yoga. But yogasana and pranayam is not a real yoga. We are celebrating International Yoga Day, but we don't know the meaning of yoga. We are fooling the foreigners also and everybody. We ourselves do not know the meaning of yoga. The meaning of yoga is connection. It is a union. It is union of soul with. It is the union of soul with. किसका किससे कनेक्शन है? Union of the soul with. What is the meaning of yoga? Anybody knows the answer? It is the connection of the soul with Supreme Soul, or you can say God, you can say Divine Being, you can say Paramatma. So connection of the soul with the Supreme Soul, that is yoga. Bhagavad Gita says, concentrate your flickering mind in the middle of the forehead at the point of light and connect yourself with the Supreme Soul. That is the true definition of the Raj Yoga. But nowadays we are considering yogasana and pranayam as a Raj Yoga. Yogasana and pranayam is only physical exercise that can give strength to your body but not strength to your mind and intellect and your soul. For increasing the strength of your mind, intellect and soul, for outer growth, you are doing the physical exercise and you are going to gym, you are going to beauty parlor, you are completely focusing on your body. But for inner growth, what you have to do, the thing is that we have to take the spiritual knowledge daily, and the meditation we have to do daily. Which is the good time for the meditation? Which is the good time for the meditation in whole day? It is early morning. It is called as Brahma Muhurta, before the sunrise. Brahma Muhurta. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that those who want to control their senses, those who want to control their mind, those yogis wake up at Brahma Muhurta in the early morning, and they meditate in the middle, center point of the forehead. But nowadays, what is happening? At what time you are sleeping? Bhagavad Gita says the time of Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Muhurta, is from morning 2 o'clock to 4:45. But nowadays, youngsters are sleeping at 2 o'clock. Ulti Ganga beh rahi hai abhi. Reverse direction, Ganga is flowing in the reverse direction. So what our scriptures are saying, we are not following those things in our life, and we are flowing in the reverse direction. And these are all the traits of the demonic traits. These are called as the devil is inside us, and because of that we are not following the things which are mentioned in our scriptures. So if you have to maintain your computer virus free, you have to download antivirus. In the similar manner, there are 3 viruses: lust, anger and greed, and you have to download the antivirus. And that antivirus is nothing but good company, gaining the spiritual knowledge. If good thoughts will come into your mind, then negative thoughts and bad thoughts will run away. Now, if you assess yourself, your mind, from morning to evening, you will find that more negative thoughts are coming into your mind than the positive thoughts. More waste thoughts are coming into your mind than the positive thoughts. So, when you are going to bed, at that time, you just take your diary and you write, make the self-affirmations that which type of negative thoughts came into my mind, what type of garbage came into my mind, which bad things I have seen by my eyes, and which bad things I have spoken from my mouth. You write, you do the self-affirmation. What will happen? If you are writing, what happens? You are giving your negativity to God. You are giving Him, and you are getting the positive vibrations from Him. So, you have to download the antivirus. In Kali Yuga, there are 2 types of dosh. The first one is Anna dosh, bad food, and the second one is the bad company, Samna dosh. If there is a bad company, then certainly our spiritual energy will decrease, and the virus will increase in our soul. And if there is a bad food, then also our spiritual energy will decrease. As a food, so the mind. जैसे अन्न होगा वैसे ही मन होगा. So we should come to know what is my real identity. I have visited one college for the seminar. That college was in Pune, Siagarh College of Engineering and Technology. When I entered in the premises, I have seen one big board. They have written mission on that board. They have mentioned that we are not committed to provide only good engineers, but also to provide good human beings. So what is good human beings? There are many engineers nowadays. There are many advocates. There are many doctors, but there are not good human beings. The meaning of human being. What is the meaning of human and what is the meaning of being? These are the 2 words. Human plus being. Human means human skeleton. You can see on the screen. Human means human skeleton. It is the body made up of bones and flesh. Human skeleton, it is a dead body, it is a non-living. And when the soul enters in the body, that soul is called as being. Being means energy, that is consciousness. That is our true identity. But we forgot our true identity. We are running behind the means of the science. As per research, more than 90% youngsters, they are habituated and addicted to the social media, internet, and computer technology. So they are completely habituated. Is it right or wrong? There is an addiction, and these all social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, and this Snapchat, this Instagram, these all things, we are using all those things. By using all those things, the negative thoughts are increasing or decreasing. What is happening? What is happening? Our intellect is becoming righteous or unrighteous? भ्रष्ट बन रहा है बुद्धि या श्रेष्ठ बन रही है? क्या हो रहा है? भ्रष्ट बन रही है. छोटे छोटे बच्चों की बुद्धि भ्रष्ट बन रही है आज छोटे बच्चों को अगर पूछा कि कल स्कूल में क्यों नहीं आया था 7th क्लास के बच्चे को अगर पूछा तो वो जवाब देता है मेरा डिप्रेशन चल रहा है. 7th क्लास का स्टूडेंट जवाब देता है. सो दिस all social media is also affecting the emotional health of the students. There is a direct connection between the social media, what you are watching, what you are observing, what you are reading, and the emotional health of the person. If you are watching the web series at late night having violent content, having sexual content, then your attitude, your emotions will change like that. You will become aggressive, angry, and your attitude will also change. So it will affect the emotional health of the person also. So being means energy, that is soul, that is our true identity. But we forgot our true identity, and that's why we are suffering from the depression, tension, and psychological disorders. So the thing we have to follow, we have to concentrate on our soul. But we don't know where the soul is situated. Anybody knows at what point soul is situated in the body? Is it situated in the tip of the nose, or it is in the heart, or it is in the middle of the forehead? Where it is? Where the soul is situated? How to meditate? As per Bhagavad Gita, the soul is situated in the middle of the forehead. It is written in the Bhagavad Gita that भ्रूर मध्य प्राण आवेश सम्यका, भ्रुकुटी के मध्य में प्राण शक्ति स्थित है. And there is one also proof that the soul is situated in the middle of the forehead, that the Indian girls and women, they are putting the bindi over here. And the second proof is that they are putting a tilak. The boys and gents, they are putting the tilak over here. This tradition has been started by the sages and Rishi Muni in ancient India, because they came to know that the human being is becoming the body conscious, and as they are becoming the body conscious, so this tradition has been started, because the sages knew this thing that the soul is situated over here. So to remember the soul, this tradition of putting the bindi and putting the tilak has been started. So the point of light, soul, is situated here. So the food of the driver of the motor vehicle and the food of the vehicle is different. In the similar manner, the food of the soul is different and food of the body is different. In whole day, we are not giving a half an hour or 15 minutes for giving the food to the soul. And that's why, in spite of having too much external wealth, we are just
destroying our internal wealth. When we go to arrange the marriage, at that time, our family members and we ourselves, what we see the external beauty, not the internal beauty. Internal beauty is more valuable than the external beauty, and internal wealth is more valuable than the external wealth. But we all are running behind the money, all we are running behind the external beauty, and because of that, at last we are suffering from the miseries and sorrows, and we are not getting true happiness and peace. So the soul is situated in the middle of the forehead. Wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning daily, and for half an hour you can concentrate in the middle of the forehead. I am a point of light. Disconnect from the world, detach from the world, and only one thought in your mind. Control all your other thoughts. Only one thought, that I am a point of light, situated in the middle of the forehead. Don't remember anybody. So do this meditation for 180 days, 6 months. Daily half an hour. Also, while going to the bed, you can do the meditation for 15 minutes. If you do the meditation for 15 minutes while going to the bed, what will happen? There will be no bad dreams. There will be no problem of insomnia. There will be no problem of multiple thoughts. So, there is one scripture named as Kathopanishad. It says that Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi Shariram Rathamevacha. The meaning of this shlok is that Atma, that is soul, is the passenger. Shariram Rathamevacha. And body is the vehicle. Buddhi tum sarathim vidhi. The intellect is the driver. Mana pragravamevacha. And the mind is reins. Indriyani hayanavu. And all the organs of the body, they are horses. They are running like the horses. They are not in control. So to control the mind and to control our intellect and to control our senses, what we have to do? We have to practice Raj Yoga. God has given answer to the Arjun when he asked that my mind is flickering, it is unstable. God has given him one solution. Abhyasana tu kaunteya vairagya na chigriyate. The practice makes man perfect. Frequently your mind will be unstable, it will flicker from here and there. You again concentrate it at the middle of the center point of the forehead. So there is a teaching of Raj Yoga, and this teaching of Raj Yoga which God himself is giving nowadays. Because nowadays the present situation is that this world is on the verge of the destruction. This world is on the verge of the third world war. There is a peacelessness and there is a violence everywhere. This is the time of the incarnation of the God on the earth. Bhagavad Gita says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. When there is a irreligiousness and there is a degradation of the true religion, at that time I am incarnating on the earth in an ordinary human being for protecting the good ones and for destroying the evil one. So, the present time is the time when God has incarnated on the earth in an ordinary human being. He himself comes as a teacher, true preceptor, Sadguru, and he gives the divine knowledge of the soul. And then only there will be transformation from sinful Kali Yuga, that is Iron Age, to the Golden Age, that is called as Satyug. The concept of Satyug is of ideal nation. It is also called as Ram Rajya. The Muslim call it as a Jannat, Christian call it as a paradise, and Hindus call it as a Vaikuntha or heaven, or Ram Rajya or Satyug. So, by the teachings of the Raj Yoga, you can purify your soul, you can purify your mind and intellect. What is that Raj Yoga? See, this person is doing the meditation, he is connecting his intellect with the divine being, with the supreme soul, with the God, and he is sitting on the chair asana, and that is having the 4 legs, 4 pillars. The first pillar is the brahmacharya. It is called as celibacy. The celibacy means self-control. It is the control on your senses. It is the control on your mind and intellect. Celibacy means purity of thought, mind, your speech and your action. This is called as celibacy. The second pillar is pure food. As a food, so the mind. And the third pillar is divine qualities. And the fourth one is true company. So these are the 4 pillars of the Raj Yoga. If you will follow this unique meditation of Raj Yoga, then you will find that your spiritual energy will be increased, your mental health will be increased. So there are different divine qualities mentioned in Bhagavad Gita: simplicity, not to hurt anyone, truth, abstaining from anger, renunciation of evil, and the Swadhyay. Swadhyay means studies regarding the soul. Adhyay means Adhyayan. Adhyay means study. And Swa means self or soul. So the study regarding the soul is called as Swadhyay. So our soul is like the seed of the tree, and tree is like a body. When you are watering the tree, you are giving water to the seeds of the tree on the roots of the tree. In the similar manner, if you want your inner growth, then you have to give the water of the knowledge, water of the spiritual knowledge to your soul. Then there will be spiritual growth in your life. So there are different divine qualities: internal as well as external purity, absence of enmity, absence of egoism, forgiveness. Forgiveness is a divine quality. You have heard the story of Prithviraj Chauhan. Prithviraj Chauhan has forgiven Muhammad Ghori 17 times. He defeated Muhammad Ghori 17 times and he has also forgiven him. So this is the quality of the kings which are belonging to Sun dynasty. This is also divine quality. Then absence of egoism, absence of pride. This is also divine quality. We all know from our childhood what are the moral values, what are the ethical values, what are the divine qualities. But we don't know what are the demonic traits which are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The first demonic trait we are going to see is called as Pakhanda. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said as Damba. The meaning of Damba is, it is like a Pakhanda means hypocrisy. Nowadays, there are different Babas and there are different Maharaj. What they are doing? They are doing the just hypocrisy. Because of that, there are many superstitious practices. They are spread in the society. And because of that, we have forgotten the true spirituality. We have forgotten the true God and true definition of yoga. So, there is a hypocrisy everywhere. There is one Nirmal Baba in Delhi. Have you heard Nirmal Baba? What he is doing? If someone is asking him some problem that I am not getting any job, I am unemployed, then he gives the solution that you go and eat samosa and you eat the green chutney, then your problem will be solved. So there is a hypocrisy everywhere, and the greedy priests have become the custodians of the heaven nowadays, spreading superstition among people through short So these are the short-term miracles, short siddhis. What he has done, he has taken the golden laddu from his mouth. The golden laddu come out of his mouth and he has given the devotees as a prasad. So there are different Maharaj, they are claiming that by using these short-term miracles, they are curing the illnesses also, and they are also spreading the superstition among the people. So this hypocrisy is one of the demonic quality. The second one is the pride and arrogance of the wealth and of the family. Who is the best example of the arrogance of wealth and family in Mahabharata? Who is that character? Duryodhan. Duryodhan is having the arrogance and pride of his wealth and family. There is one recent example last year. One teenager from Pune. He was driving Porsche car of his father. His father was a famous builder. He is a famous builder. He is very rich person. And Porsche car is a luxurious car. I think his maximum speed is 300 kilometers per hour. And he was driving that. He had just drink in the one restaurant with his friends, having age 16 years only. And he was driving that car. He has killed 2 teens. He has killed 2 techies who are the engineers. So this is called as the demonic trait. If we are misusing the wealth, if we are misusing the money, then it is nothing but it is called as damba, arrogance. The third demonic quality is, Bhagavad Gita says, what karma we should do and what karma we should not do. We don't know that. Those who are having demonic qualities, they are abstaining from the good karmas and they are doing the bad karmas. Nowadays, the educational system is such that we are only getting the education for bread earning purpose, for bread winning purpose and nothing else. There were gurukuls before 500 years, before 1000 years, there were gurukul system. And Adi Shankaracharya, Gautam Buddha and different Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Swami Vivekananda, these all people have not given the knowledge regarding the security of the job, security regarding your wealth. They have given the knowledge connecting to the God for improving the moral values. But nowadays we have forgotten all this knowledge. China is the first country who has recognized internet as a disease, addiction of the internet as a disease. And nowadays too many studies are there. They are saying that because of abnormal use of the internet, there is a low brain activity. So, which are those karmas and actions we have to sacrifice, we have to abandon, we don't have to follow? Those karmas we are not doing, and which are the good karmas we have to follow, we are not doing those good karmas. So, Bhagavad Gita is explaining the demonic virtues. What we are doing? We are doing the late night parties, binge watching, then we are also searching the porns. Pornography increases the unethical behavior. Have you heard the name? One famous reporter, Sudhir Chaudhary, Aaj Tak reporter. So, what he
जब हमारे
said?
देश में लाखों युवा सरकारी नौकरी के लिए इतनी भीड़ में संघर्ष कर रहे हैं, तब इसी देश में इंटरनेट पर नौकरी से ज्यादा पॉर्न वीडियोस को सर्च किया जा रहा है। कि जब हमारे देश में लाखों युवा सरकारी नौकरी के लिए इतनी भीड़ में संघर्ष कर रहे हैं, तब इसी देश में इंटरनेट पर नौकरी से ज्यादा पॉर्न वीडियोस को सर्च किया जा रहा है। और हमारा अगला विश्लेषण इसी के बारे में है। ये एक चिंताजनक विश्लेषण है। जिस समय हमारे देश में चारों तरफ महिलाओं की सुरक्षा की बात हो रही है, लोग कह रहे हैं कि महिलाओं को अपराधों और अपराधियों से आजादी कब मिलेगी। ऐसे में उसी समय हमारे देश में इंटरनेट पर लोग महिला सुरक्षा से ज्यादा पॉर्न वीडियोस को सर्च कर रहे हैं। 10 अगस्त से 20 अगस्त के बीच भारत में गूगल पर पॉर्न वीडियोस को सर्च करने का एवरेज इंटरेस्ट 90.8% रहा है, जबकि जॉब्स यानी नौकरियों को सर्च करने का एवरेज इंटरेस्ट हमारे देश में सिर्फ 17.4% रहा है और कोलकाता की इस रेप और मर्डर की घटना को सर्च करने का एवरेज इंटरेस्ट 30% रहा है। इसके अलावा दुनिया में अमेरिका और ब्रिटेन के बाद सबसे ज्यादा पॉर्न वीडियोस हमारे देश में देखे जाते हैं।
There was heinous crime took place in Calcutta, West Bengal last year, and it is very shameful thing that youngsters were searching on internet that how that rape incident took place. They were searching the video of that rape. So this is very shameful thing. So our mentality is going down and down regularly. In spite of there is a scientific development, but moral values are decreasing in the society. We are demanding that justice should be given to the doctor lady. We are shouting throughout country, and we are also demanding government that harsh punishment should be given. There should be stringent law. But please answer me, by giving harsh punishment, will his mentality change? Will his mentality change? His demonic devil mentality will not change. For that, spiritual education is necessary in India. The recent example you all are aware about. Who is that person? Ranveer Allahabadiya. So, he is a content creator. And what he is doing? He is doing such a content. He is giving such a statements. Even Supreme Court, many cases are registered against him. He is using the vulgar language on the social platforms. And what he is giving to the society, because of that, the mind and intellect of the youngster, that will all be disturbed, that will all become unrighteous. So many cases are registered against him, and even Supreme Court has given a strict remark against him. Now there is a second thing is that nowadays there is another addiction of video game in the youngsters. They are playing the video games. They are addicted to such games in such a manner that because of that their attitude is becoming violent day by day. There is another addiction of taking the consuming drugs, ganja, blind blah. So there is one video which was telecasted on the social media network. He is the student of one university in Haryana. It is the Haryana state. He is the student from that university. What he is saying, just listen.
सर हमने इतना बड़ा ये कार्यक्रम देखा नशा मुक्ति अभियान का, और यूनिवर्सिटी नशे का सबसे बड़ा एपिसेंटर है। सर आज हम 5 यूनिवर्सिटी के
He is saying that there was one program in the college regarding Nasha Mukti. So he is saying that you are giving the program, but our university is the epicenter of the drugs. He is saying like that. Have you heard what he is saying?
सर हम 5 यूनिवर्सिटी के बच्चे यहाँ पर 4 यूनिवर्सिटी के बच्चे यहाँ पर बैठे हैं। सर हमने इतना बड़ा ये कार्यक्रम देखा नशा मुक्ति अभियान का, और यूनिवर्सिटी नशे का सबसे बड़ा एपिसेंटर है। सर आज हम 5 यूनिवर्सिटी के सर हम 5 यूनिवर्सिटी के बच्चे यहाँ पर 4 यूनिवर्सिटी के बच्चे यहाँ पर बैठे हैं। आज गांजा मिलना या फिर कोई नशे की सामग्री मिलना, टॉफी लॉलीपॉप जितना आसान है मिलना। सो तो एक फर्स्ट ईयर का या सेकंड ईयर का बच्चा गांजे के डीलर को ट्रेस कर सकता है या ट्रैक कर सकता है, तो पुलिस क्यों नहीं कर पाती? क्या पुलिस की चीजें छूटी है?
Was it audible?
रहता हूँ, यूनिवर्सिटी का स्टूडेंट हूँ सर। यहाँ सामने चौकी है और चौकी के सामने ही गांजा मिलता है, तो क्या आपको नहीं लगता?
So he is saying that there is a police chowki in front of the university, and in front of that police chowki the person is selling the ganja. It is very easy to reach to that dealer of the drugs. When first year students can reach to the dealer of the drugs, why not the police? So this is the system now, and these all things, consuming the drugs, then watching the phones and making your intellect very unrighteous, these are all the demonic virtues. So devil is increasing day by day inside our mind, intellect and soul, and we are not following the regular good habits in our life. We are not doing the good karma and we are following the bad things in our life, and because of that the moral values in the society are decreasing. Then there is another demonic quality in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 16, shlok number 12. It is mentioned that everyone is running behind the desires, and those who are having the demonic qualities, they are accumulating the wealth by unjust means. The best example is that accumulation of wealth in one hand in an unjustified manner. The best example in Mahabharata is Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra has unjustly taken over the kingdom, property of others, or lives in the intoxication of the wealth. There is a best example in the society. Have you heard the name of Harshad Mehta? Harshad Mehta was chartered accountant, and he has done a big scam of rupees 4,000 crores. So there are less hands in the society. All the wealth they are accumulating in their hand. The richer people are becoming rich. They are becoming more richer, and the poor people are becoming more poorer. The second example is Vijay Mallya. Have you heard the name? He is the owner of the Kingfisher. He has committed the fraud of 9,000 crore rupees. The next example is there is an allegation on Nirav Modi. He was accused in PNB scam of rupees 13,000 crore and money laundering case. 13,000 crore is such a big amount. Then there is a famous scam, 2G scam. Now there is a 5G. When there was a 2G, there was a 2G scam when Congress politician was also involved. Do you know the name of that politician? A.K. Raja. So 1.76 lakh crore rupees scam was there. So Bhagavad Gita says, accumulating the wealth by unjust means in one hand, that is demonic qualities. So give me answer whether there are demons or not in the society nowadays. Are these demons or not? They are accumulating wealth of all the people in the society, poor people, middle class people. Then next one is the Commonwealth Games scam. One Congress member of Parliament, Suresh Kalmadi, he was involved in this scam. This scam was of rupees 70,000 crore. So Bhagavad Gita has analyzed what are the divine qualities, what are the demonic traits, and if there are demonic qualities will increase, then the entire planet will be completely destroyed. It is now on the verge of the destruction. It is now on the verge of the Third World War. Then there is a shlok number 11 in Bhagavad Gita which says that there are people who are saying that to fulfill, to satisfy the desire of lust is the supreme pleasure, and that is only the supreme pleasure. So these people are demons, they are the devils, because they don't know which is the supreme pleasure. The supreme pleasure lies in the inside. It lies in the study of the self. It lies in the meditation. It lies in the yoga. It is not lies in the fulfillment of the lust. So nowadays marital rapes are there. Even in Supreme Court there is one case pending. They are very much concerned about these incidents regarding the marital rape. there is no true love between the husband and wife also. So these cases are increasing, and the people, they are acting violently with their wives also. So these are all the demonic qualities. The next one is there are some people who are ready for complete destruction of the entire humanity, and they are saying that this entire world is having no meaning, it is a baseless, it is without any God, the God does not exist. These all people are atheists, and they are doing such a things that because of that they are becoming the enemies of the world, and they are ready to destroy entire world, and they are doing the cruel karma, they are committing the crimes. So you have heard the Nirbhaya case that took place in year 2012. That was a brutal crime, brutal rape on the girl. So these all are the demonic traits as per Srimad Bhagavad Gita. There are different news. I am reading 18-year-old rape, murdered in Sobo government hostel, suspect guard kills self on tracks, child rape in Chennai, teenage rape survivor raped again in UP police station. So now there is such a situation that some people, they have become the enemies of the entire world. Have you heard the name of the president of North Korea? Kim Jong. Such a short person, very small country, and he is threatening America because he has the power of nuclear weapons, nuclear missiles. In 1945, Robert Oppenheimer, he has invented atom bomb. And after 1945, 80 years have been passed. Now every small country possessing the nuclear weapons and nuclear missiles. And this is not for the decoration of this entire world. This is for the destruction of the entire world. If Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump, they will press the remote control button of the remote control, then this entire world will be destroyed within 1 second. There are maximum nuclear weapons possessed by Russia and America, and the other countries also possessing the nuclear weapons. Do you know the situation of Pakistan? There is an economical crisis in Pakistan. They don't have atta, they don't have dal to eat, they don't have milk to give their children, but they have atomic weapons, and they are threatening India that we possess atomic weapons. So there is now the wars going between the states, the wars going between the countries. There is international, entire world is on the third world war, on the verge of the third world war. Recently you have heard that riots took in Delhi. There is a crime, there is an enmity increasing between the religions also. Hindus, Muslims, Christians, they all are fighting against each other. Why they are fighting? Not a single religion, not a spirituality is teaching the violence. But these all religions are fighting against each other because they don't know the real meaning of spirituality. Only the faith on the religion is not a spirituality. The spirituality is the true knowledge given by God, where you are connecting yourself with the Supreme Soul. And there is no concept of violence in the spirituality. So nowadays, these all demonic qualities are increasing, and these demons, these people are ready to destroy entire world. Even there is another quality which is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, that the people who are demons, who are devils, they take the support of unsatisfied desires and lust and adopt false principles and perform impure actions. What they are doing? They are adopting the false principles in their life, and they perform the impure actions, and they take the support of unsatisfied desires and lust. So what are those false principles? Nowadays, Supreme Court has said that homosexuality is not an offense. So we are adopting such type of false principles, and we are doing the cruel karma, we are doing the bad karmas. Then there is another Now, a present day, there is a trend going on in the society, live-in relationship. Because of this, the moral values in the country are decreasing totally. The Supreme Court in India said that live-in relationship without tying the knot is not a criminal offense. But as per Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we are adopting such a false principles, doing the bad karma. These are all the demonic traits. These are not the divine qualities. Then prostitution, then masturbation. We are adopting the false principle. The medical science says that if you go to the doctor, the medical science says that it will reduce stress, it will relieve tension, it will improve sleep, it will increase your focus, it will boost your mood. But what the spirituality says, what the Bhagavad Gita says, the Bhagavad Gita says that the lust is the enemy of the soul. And the Bhagavad Gita says that you have to kill that enemy. Jai Shatru Mahabhavo Kamarupam Durasadam. This is the biggest enemy, you have to kill that. So there is a difference between medical science and there is a difference between spirituality. So we are adopting the false principles. The Adhyatma says that Viryanash, loss of semen, is like a death. Dr. Dual Hughes thinks that the conservation of this element is essential to strength of body, vigor of mind and intellectual acumen. There is a much power if you follow the celibacy. It will increase your spiritual power. Then another false principle we are following. The medical science says that some doctors are there which are misleading the young people and the society. They are saying that drinking alcohol have the health benefits. They are saying that one drink for a day for a woman, 2 drinks for men, and lowers risk of heart disease. It improves digestion, and gallstones and 2 type diabetes were less likely to occur than the non-drinkers. But what the spirituality says? The spirituality says that because of consuming the alcohol, the devil will enter in your mind and intellect, and because of that you will commit a crime. So there is a difference between what medical science is saying and what the spirituality is saying. कलकत्ता में जो रेप हुआ था, वो जो एक्यूज पर्सन था उसने शराब पीने के बाद रेप किया था. उसके बाद निर्भया कांड जो 2012 में हुआ था दिल्ली में, उसमें सबने शराब पी हुई थी. और ये वीडियोस पे जो मोबाइल्स पे पॉर्न वीडियोस देख रहे थे. सो हायर एंड्स ऑफ अल्कोहल अब्यूज. उसके बाद these are all increasing the quarrels, disputes in the society. Even in our house also the quarrels are taking place. The reason is that we are not following spirituality, we are not following the principles of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and we are adopting the wrong principles which are ultimately going to destroy this entire planet and this entire world. So what we have to follow? We have to follow the Rajयोग principle in our life. I have told you what is the Rajयोग and where is the soul situated and how to concentrate at the center point of the forehead. There are 2 solutions to increase the spiritual power. One is the spiritual education, spiritual knowledge. If you take the good thoughts daily into your mind, then negative thoughts and waste thoughts will run away. And the second solution is the meditation, yoga. So I just said to you that I am just concluding the session. Last video clip I want to show you. I told you that entire world is on the verge of the third world war. What will happen if third world war will take place? What will happen? Tell me. If the third world war will take place, then nuclear war will take place. And if the nuclear explosions will take place, then what will happen? The temperature of the earth will increase. And if temperature of earth will increase, then what will happen? The glaciers on the North Pole and South Pole, they will melt away. And because of that, what will happen? Water level of the oceans will increase. And when water levels of the ocean will increase, because of that, all the islands will submerge in the oceans. Europe, America, Africa, New Zealand, Australia, these are China, these are all the islands. They will all submerge in the ocean, and there will be destruction take place in the world. Natural calamities will be there will be earthquakes, there will be tsunamis, there will be volcanoes. Now in California, you have seen that there was a fire took place, many died. So if the third world war will take place, then nuclear war will take place. And there will be mass destruction. There is a report of NASA also. NASA is saying that within 5 to 6 years, Bombay, Kandla, Visakhapatnam, these all cities will submerge into the water. Russia and Ukraine, two countries are fighting these last 2 years. Even there was a war between Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Iran. So there is a war between the different nations. And entire world is on the verge of the third world war. In the similar manner, there is a destruction going inside our mind and intellect also. Even our mind and intellect is getting destroyed. Good thoughts are destroyed completely. Good conduct, good behavior has been destroyed completely. So destruction is going on in a subtle level also and in physical level also. Both the levels. So this is the time when the entire Kali Yuga is at the verge of destruction. The people are saying that Kali Yuga is a child. Now there are plenty years are there to end of the Kali Yuga, but this is the period of the Yuga transformation from Iron Age to Golden Age. This is the period of transformation. This is called as Sangam Yuga, Confluence Age. And this is a 100 years period. In this period, the God Shiv incarnates on the earth in an ordinary human being. He has already incarnated on the earth in an ordinary human being. He is giving the spiritual knowledge of Raj Yoga. He is teaching the spirituality. If you follow this spiritual knowledge, then your soul, your mind and intellect will be purified. And those people whose mind and intellect has been purified, those only go to the new ages. The condition of the entire world, like the patient who is on the ventilator and he is taking the last breath. This is the condition of the entire world now. And all the Indians are sleeping like Kumbhakaran, and we don't know that the God is giving the nectar of knowledge and changing this world. There are many prophecies of the predictors. You have heard the name of the famous predictor Nostradamus. Have you heard the name of Nostradamus? Any one of you? Nostradamus is the famous predictor. You can just Google. His predictions are very much popular. He has given the prediction. Even there are other predictors also. Kiro, Kit, Anderson, Julban. Then there is a predictor, Indian predictor Gopinath Shastri, Kalki Puran, Bhavishya Malika. They all have the common prediction that in 21st century, God will incarnate on the earth in an ordinary human being, and He will give the knowledge of spirituality. He will give the knowledge of soul and supreme soul. He will bring such a spiritual revolution that there will be one religion, there will be destruction of other religions, there will be destruction of other castes, there will be destruction of the old traditions, there will be one new religion, there will be one caste, one religion, one king, one kingdom, and there will be one opinion and one direction only. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world will be one family. All the other countries, America, Russia, China, Australia, New Zealand, Africa, these all countries will be destroyed. Only Bharat, northern India will remain. It will not be destroyed as it is covered by the Himalayan mountains, and there will be permanent peace and happiness. There will be golden age. Muslims are called it as a Jannat, Christians are called it as a paradise, and Hindus are calling it as a Swarga and heaven. So the new world is coming very soon. Only 10 to 15 years are remaining. There are chances of the nuclear war, there are chances of the civil wars between Hindu and Muslim, and there are chances of the natural calamities. So everything is in front of you, and you have to decide what to follow and what to not. Bhagavad Gita chapter number 16 tells us what are the divine qualities and what are the demonic qualities. You can check that in your YouTube channel, in Google also. So wish you all the best for your spiritual journey, and just listen good spiritual knowledge daily and do the meditation. Thank you so much.